Hey guys, Corrie here with a new scrapbook process video for you. Today I am making this page about my daughter and her dog, who, just for the record, I take care of the most. But anyhow, this dog loves my daughter more than anybody else in the entire world, so we're gonna just go with it that it's her dog. But anyhow, I'm really excited because the other day in the mail I got this new scrapbook stuff. I got the February Felicity Jane kit, which I bought because I saw a little sneak peek of it on Instagram or something, and I was like, whoa, those colors are going to be great. So I figured, you know what, I could splurge and go ahead and buy this. I want to call it a collection. I know it's like a kit, but it's sort of a collection at the same time. Everything coordinates and goes together. So I'm like, that's just perfect. I'm going to go ahead and get it. So I did, and I got to tell you, I'm so thrilled. Like, the colors are so pretty and springtimey, and as I'm sitting here freezing my butt off on a daily basis, because I hate being cold, and it seems like every day is really, really cold, these spring colors are just so what I needed. They just warm my soul. So I am super excited to get to work with them today. So after adding a couple different pattern papers, just to the edge of my page, I'm just adding some white acrylic paint. I just want to kind of mute down the blue a little bit, even though it's not super bold, but you know, I'm not using all just white cardstock here, so I want to just mute it out a little bit. And then I'm using the edge of my gift card and that acrylic paint to just put some texture lines on there, and I'll put some of those on the white cardstock too, but it's just to kind of, you know, give the background a little bit of texture and to really start everything off. So I've got that paint on here, and then I realized it needed to dry, so in a very futile attempt, I'm going to try, yeah, see, it took me, what, 2 seconds to use my heat gun. It wasn't dry. So I just put it aside and decided that I could go ahead and start layering papers and stuff without the background dry. I hate doing that because, you know, I want to put it all down right away, but in this one I just didn't have a chance to. So I'm going to go ahead and just start doing it outside of that. So I cut this piece of paper out. I loved it because of all the different little words, and there's one word on it that I really wanted to make sure that everyone saw, and it says cherish, and it's in pink. And so the whole thing is I want that to stick up above the photo. Of course you can't see it right here, but that's what it is. So I splatter it with just a little bit of the Distress Oxide inks that I got in a Hip Kit color kit, and some water, and just splash that on there a little bit, and then I'm just going to add a few colors here and there, just around the my photo, so that I can just add a little bit of color to all the layers underneath. Okay, these letter stickers, let me tell you. Okay, well, first, hold on a second. The Felicity Jane kit came with this great heart stencil. So I'm going to use molding paste and the stencil, and I'm just going to put little hearts here and there around my background. Now the acrylic paint's not dry yet, but it's okay. It didn't matter to me because I was putting more wet medium on there, so just go ahead, it can all just dry together. So I'll put that again to the side and wait for all of that to dry, and then be able to build up from my background. I did clean off my stencil a little bit, but guys, I am so bad about that. So later on, if I ever pull that stencil out again on a video, you'll see it's still a mess from today. So that's okay though. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep getting all of these layers together, and I'm going to tell you about these letter stickers in one sec.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled voiceover with a very important message from me. I don't know why my mom is making this page about my big sister. There are a million of pictures of me on my mom's computer that she should be using instead. I object! Now, back to your scrapbook news.
Hey guys, sorry for that little extra added piece right there, but my youngest wanted to get in on the whole voiceover action. She thought she was being pretty cute, which she is pretty cute, so I'll let her have that one. So anyhow, back to this page. I'm just going through all the little die cut pieces here and pulling out different ones that I think will work with my page, and going ahead and getting those adhered down. My favorite kind of embellishments are the small ones. I have trouble working with bigger, like big, huge pieces, I guess just because I just can't imagine putting something. Sometimes some of these collections have these huge embellishments, and they're adorable, they're really pretty, but I just don't know how to work with them. They just don't, I feel like I don't work with them very well. And then what's even worse is like sometimes I'll like just use them as another layer, and you put it behind everything, there's just like this little smidgen of it sticking out, and then I feel kind of guilty that I didn't show off more of it. So but I'm getting over that now. Through the years I'm like, well, if I'm never going to use it, then I've got to at least use what I will of it, right? So this is the stamp set that came with the kit, and I'm just going to use a couple different stamps. My favorite one is this just little tiny one. It's just got these little plus signs, I guess, or whatever. And I want to go ahead and get some of those images stamped. Now, this stuff was just taking forever to dry, so I was just helping it out just a little bit, and we're just going to deal. If it's not dry, it's not dry. We're just going to go with it anyhow. So I'm using StazOn ink. It's really the only black that I have, plus it's really the black that I like because it actually goes on pretty much anything. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, and then I just kind of like the randomness of it. I'm a horrible stamper, y'all. I mean, really horrible. I mean, maybe if I desired to be like a good stamper or something, it'd be one thing for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to work on getting better at it. But no, I'm not going to get any better at it because it's just, that is not my happy place, is stamping. So, okay, these word stickers, I opened them up and, okay, y'all are going to think I'm crazy, but they had the best rubbery plastic smell to them. I know that sounds so weird, but like they reminded me of like crazy stuff from my childhood or something. I don't know, but and y'all probably are going to be like, that's gross, but no, it was awesome. Try it. Anyhow, okay, so I just stapled this whole cluster of layers on because I've got some journaling that I want to put on this, but here's my thing with journaling is I really want to have it on there because I think it's really important, especially when I have something to say about these things or a story to tell. But I don't always want it like boom on the page because the person that is inspired by product isn't necessarily, I want the page to look pretty, but now it's important for me to get the words on too. So this is another way that I've decided that I'm going to do some hidden journaling. And so that's why I stapled it only on one side, and you'll see. But before I get to that, I'm actually just going through a bunch of different mist colors I have, and I'm just testing the color out because I want to add a little bit more colors, but I don't want them to not match. So I'm testing out a bunch of different ones that I have just to make sure that the colors are the right ones that I want for my page. So I got these two, and y'all, don't be like me. Like, actually cover up your photo. I now have blue speckles on my photograph, and oh well, they're just gonna stay there. So just be smarter than I am and cover your photo better. So now that that's dry, here's my journaling. So I'm just gonna cut this out, and I'm going to go ahead and put it right underneath the photo. So the photo flaps up like this. I'm going to adhere the journaling down right inside there. And there it is. So if anyone wants to read it, hopefully she does someday, you can just flip the photo up and there's the journaling. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it so that it says remember, so that we can, know that it's there, and hopefully they'll see it. Part of me is I read this book one time that it was, had all this, it was a scrapbooker book actually, and they had all this like crazy little hidden journaling on things, and I don't know. Part of me is kind of like, it's almost like a little game to find out someday if they actually find it. So hopefully they will. But then again, maybe they'll just throw all these pages away. Who knows? But that pretty much wraps it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them for me in the comments and I'll get right back to you. Otherwise, here's some details. I hope you enjoy my little where can I tuck journaling in, and that you try it and let me know. And definitely please let me know if you post the page so I can see it. But otherwise, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to, you can follow me creatively on Instagram at Corrie J Creative. Bye.